Hello, friends. We are on the verge of commencing the rest we call the Sabbath in the contemporary language, English, and I think we borrowed it from Hebrew. In the Igbo culture, usually we rest on Nkworu and the Kyuku days in my own Republic of Zobo. We are also approaching another major festival, if festival can be used for a fast, or rather, I think it's better to call it what it is, the great fast of Ibuaja, or Yom Kippur, or Atonement. This is one feast that I rendered in three names. It is commanded by Chiuku. We are approaching it. You want to learn about Ibuaja as the atonement, you will get all the information here. Interestingly, the Igbos are I believe, the Israelites of today, whom you would find those goats that you read about in the Torah, those goats that Israel would take its sins or her sins, bring them together, put on the head of the goat, and send it off into the wilderness. The great Jewish historian Daniel Lees saw some of those goats at Ozobo. They are called Ewumwo, Mpimwo. Kaina Abiakwata. So, I am making this video because every day, as we struggle, as we engage with the titanic struggle of bringing the Igbo people where they should be, we see that the Igbo problem is complicated in so many ways. On my timeline yesterday, some Igbos I prefer not to deal with now because they have gone beyond the pale, appeared, and began to spout the usual noxious, meaningless, senseless position that Igbos are older than Israel. These Igbos cannot tell Ozobo and the Newi and the Onitsha which is older. I mentioned three Igbo republics. And when they say that Igbos are older than Israel, you discover how unintelligent or how unintelligibly they are speaking. When you listen further to them, they assume that Igbos have been Igbos 1 million years ago. Because lacking proper information, they have no idea that 8,000 years ago is prehistory. Nobody in the world today claims that his civilization or her civilization has lasted for 8,000 years. The oldest civilization that we can verify that it was a civilization, a distinct civilization, is Egypt. Egypt is not up to 8,000 years as what it is today has not lasted for 8,000 years. And moreover, the people in present-day Egypt, the present Egyptians, are not those Egyptians that we read about in books like the Hebrew Bible and other books that the ancient Egyptians can claim, or that we can claim that they refer to the ancient Egyptians. 8,000 years ago, 9,000 years ago is prehistory. If you find anything in England, in Yoruba land, in Igbo land, anywhere that is 8,000, 10,000 years ago, you are looking at something that the ancestors of modern man left. But these Igbos, Interestingly, they think that when they say Israel, they mean the Jews. They have no idea that the Jews are just one section of the Israelites. So when they say Israel, they assume that Israel, and they mean Jew, are claiming that they are the oldest people in the world. No Jew makes such a claim. No Israelite makes such a claim because there are older people than the Israelites, even in the Bible, written by the Israelites. But the Igbos have known only defeat for much of their history. Even when they triumphed, how they triumphed, the modern day Igbos do not know. For example, the modern day Igbos do not know that the greatest thing they should be proud of is their monotheism, their worship of one God, their spawning of graven images. Even though they hate the truth, but they cannot deny that they have had that alose makalia ike agwe di pie. What the ancestors are saying here is that if a charm becomes too arrogant, it will be shown the wood it is carved from. If an image becomes too arrogant, it will be shown the wood it is carved from. The modern day Igbo understands alose to mean a god. And here we have his ancestors telling what this modern lost Igbo assumes to be a god, that if it becomes too arrogant, they will show it the wood it is carved from. No polytheists, no idol worshippers, no pagans would have the courage to address their gods this way. So Igbos had no gods. They had only one god, Chukwu. But Igbos are not proud of it. Igbos are not proud of the democracy, their participatory democracy that is better than whatever you find in the world today. What they want to do is to invent stories about living 500,000 years ago. So the clowns that put up this position came to my timeline yesterday and began to spout these arguments. And a young woman, she permitted me to call her name, so I'll use her name, Yehudia Omeche, joined them. I interrogated her. Initially, I was angry, but because I had developed some respect for her, I wanted to know why she had deviated, gone in that negative direction. And she opened up that even though she is qualified to be a member of the Jewish community as an Israelite, that is, as an Igbo, that she is qualified to be a member of the Jewish community, that she still went an extra mile by converting to Orthodox Judaism. And that when she wanted her children to study in Israel, she was not received with respect and kindness. This opened my eyes again to the problems that we have. And I'm using this opportunity to say and restate what I have said and said again. Igbos, I felt the way some of you are feeling now, that Israel should have done more. But I'm happy that Israel did not do more. If Israel had opened its doors to the Igbos, by the way, Igbos opened their doors to Israelis, and that is what it should be. Jews should open their doors to Igbos, but they didn't. They didn't reciprocate the way Igbos did. And I am saying that if they had done so, we would not have rediscovered Omenana, which is the common heritage of the Igbos and the Jews, which both of them need. So, it is a blessing that they did not. It is a blessing, Yehudia Omeche, that you received the treatment that you received, so that you will join Omenana defenders and other well-meaning Igbos to bring up and bring out that Israelite civilization again, that will strengthen Israel, strengthen the Igbo people, strengthen the African Americans of Igbo heritage, strengthen the Sierra Leoneans of Igbo heritage, strengthen the Caribbeans of Igbo heritage, strengthen Jews, strengthen Samaritans, strengthen Karaites. Everybody is waiting for that culture that you can find extant only in the Igbo community today. There is an Ashkenazi gentleman, Michael Levine, that I call, with happiness, I call him Nze. Nze means Nazarite. I call him Nze, even though he was not born Igbo. Even though in time to come, the categories Igbo, Jew, Ashkenazi, Sephardim, Mizrahim, Beta Israel, all will be retired and we will all become children of Israel again. But since they are still relevant today, Michael Levin is an Ashkenazim. He is studying Omenana, 24 hours with Igbos. And he's telling Jews that want to listen, we have discovered the culture of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and Moses. So, Meche, I'm happy that you received the treatment that some Igbos that went to Israel received, so that you will join those Igbos bringing out Omenana again. Omenana is what will heal the Igbos, what will heal the Jews, what will heal the children of Israel, what will make them more complete than they are presently today. Thank you. Have a restful Ekeupu Nkoru Sabbath.